Howdy y'all, and welcome back to That Sassy Blonde Farmsteader. I am about to start my second fermentation for my beer that I started 2 weeks ago. So it's been 2 weeks since I made my wort and put it into this bucket and pitched my yeast. So my bubbler has stopped bubbling and it's time to transfer all of the goodies that are in here into this bucket right along over here. So let's get started. It is a mess in my kitchen. I just had lunch after running some errands. So I've got everything, all of my dirty dishes on one side. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to sanitize my bucket because that is number one. And I'm also going to sanitize this doohickey here, which siphons out the beer from that bucket and puts it into this bucket, which is the bottling bucket. And I know I do this every time. I should have started with my bottling bucket because normally when you get done with the second fermentation in this bucket, you siphon it all into the bottling bucket with the priming sugar. It's been a hot minute since I made beer, so what I'm gonna do for bottling is I'm going to siphon my beer back into this bucket and just do adding the priming sugar at that time in the same bucket. Because this is what makes it a bottling bucket, is this spout right here. I have a little plastic tube that connects right here, and then I have a little plastic doohickey that you tap the bottom and it releases the beer into the bottles. So we'll get to that in another video in 2 more weeks. But for right now, I am going to sanitize all of my stuff here. Got about a 1/4 ounce, so that'll take just a minute. I need to buy new sanitizing stuff too. I'm almost out. So let's get, instead of filling up my entire kitchen sink, what I'll do is I'll put a 1/4 ounce in a tub or in a bowl. So it's pretty well concentrated. I'm going to take my siphon and wash it all through here. Kind of get it in here. Trying to get it all. Yeah, just like that. Because all of this is going to be touching my beer. So this guy is about ready to rock and roll and be used. To keep everything sanitary, I'll lay down a paper towel. Set it on the paper towel. Now it's time to wash this guy. So I'm going to take my bowl and I'm going to pour this in here. And it's already open. I'm going to let it run out a little bit and then stop it. That way everything inside got sanitized as well. And then I will grab a sponge and start sloshing this guy around, getting all the surface area in this bucket completely sanitized and ready for the transfer of my delicious beer. Now, because we've moved several times, I have lost my other lid that I had for this guy. I know, I just need the glass carboys. It would make things way easier. However, the glass carboys are expensive. So we're gonna work with what we got. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off of this guy here. Coming through, coming through. Okay. And I only need to do this because it's so tight on here. There's all this pressure. And you really gotta take off my shoe. Yeah, this is happening. Okay. Let's see. And you're wondering, maybe, why are you doing it up on top when you could have just put it on the ground and do this? Yeah, but when you use the siphon, you need gravity to pull all of this good stuff into that thing right there. So I'm just gonna try and leave it up here. Dude, these lids are really hard. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done this. So let's see. Oh, I can smell it. Oh, there it is. If you've ever opened one of these, you know exactly the pain I am going through. Let's see. Oh, she's a beaut, y'all. You want to see it? You want to see the beauty that is beer? So now I'm actually going to wash this and sanitize this top as well as my bubbler again, since we're going to reuse it on this guy. So. Okay, so I got my bubbler ready for the second fermentation. I've also got my top washed, and I'm going to dump the rest of it out right here. Let me give you a little peek at what this looks like. So this is exactly what you want it to look like. It looks super gross, right? But really all that's along the edges is the thickness of the wort, which is a little bit of grain left behind, a little bit of extract, and a little bit of hops. So really that's all what that is. This is looking beautiful, and I'm ready to transfer it into the second bucket. Now, everybody is ready to go. The most important thing is you do not want this bottom to fully touch the bottom of this bucket. If it touches the bottom of the bucket, you're going to get some of that gunky nastiness into your beer that you will be bottling. So, just gradually stick it in here. Get this guy closer because we don't want beer on the floor. That would be a shame. And we're going to get started. And here she goes. She smells so good. Oh my God. Now this is a process. Takes a little bit of time. But you can see this golden, dark, beautiful color. This is one of the kits from Northern Brewery, Cariboo Slobber. It's made with extract. It was an older kit, so I really was not sure how well it would do with the little bag of grains that it came with. I normally like to brew all grain, but this was a gift to me from my husband, again, like a year and a half ago. So all the ingredients were still good, except for the yeast, obviously. So I went ahead and bought more yeast on Amazon and decided to brew it and see how it would work. Little bit got in, but again, that's going to settle at the bottom. If you accidentally get a little bit of the bottom of this guy into this bucket, it's not the end of the world. The only thing is, though, is I will be mixing in my primer in this bucket with this beer right here. So I'm going to try and get as little as possible so I don't have to siphon back into another bucket. So now that I've gotten pretty low in this bucket right here, like I still have quite a bit of beer in here. So I'm gonna tilt it, and this is where you can really see it if you want to. Do you want to see it? It's kind of gross. You want to see it? All right, I'm gonna show you. This right here is the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. I hope you can, because it looks really gross. But that's not what's gonna be in your beer. Like, that's not your beer. But I'm gonna tilt it so I can get a lot more of the delicious brown liquid out of here and away from all that matted looking hops and grains and thickness from the wort. So again, this is balanced. So I hold with one hand, pop it, and there she goes. Like this. So I'm gonna hold it like this until we have reached the end. God, it smells so good. I freaking love the smell of beer. Like, I really, really do. Yeah, there's a little bit of ickiness going on. Sometimes, I mean, it's hard, especially, and this is not even an all grain recipe. If you have an all grain recipe, shoot, there's like no way for it to be 100% clear. That's why sometimes the little bit that's at the end of your good beer bottle there, if you buy a really nice IPA or something, chances are the bottom of that bottle is going to have a little bit of thick sludge. Don't even worry about it. It's literally this stuff right here. All right, we're at the end. Got the air bubbles getting up and out. Here we go. Almost done. Hell yeah. Okay. Alrighty. And we did it. This is the second fermentation. Now, with the second fermentation, you do not pitch any more yeast to the beer. It will naturally start fermenting again, and my bubbler will start bubbling. Right. I should not be leaning over it, but this is my beer, and honestly, this is all for me. Okay, so he is happy, completely aerated and everything, because we just siphoned him in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my clean top, I re-sanitized it, back on here. Get my bubbler set. And this guy's going to sit for another, 2 weeks. Or until this bubbler stops bubbling. Now, since this is the second fermentation, it's not going to be as aggressive with the bubbling. So really, for me, I'm going to wait until it stops bubbling I want it to not bubble for a couple days. And then I'm just going to go ahead and bottle. Okay, yeah. Get some muscles. Oh, shit. There's the pressure. Let me just get some of that pressure out of there. You see that? You're okay, I promise. Okay, so I went ahead and pushed all that out. So now she's gonna go sit in our bar room. It's relatively dark and stays about 70 degrees. Perfect for your beer to chill. And if y'all don't subscribe, you're gonna miss the bottling of the beer, which I know you don't wanna miss it. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And remember, don't ever get the bottom of the wort bucket. Nobody wants the bottom of the barrel. This has got to be where that saying came from, because this is the bottom of the barrel, and it's disgusting. But I'll catch y'all later. Have a great day, y'all.